My neighbor stopped me at the elevator and asked, "Do you know who enters your apartment every Tuesday?" I installed a small home camera, and at 1:13 p.m., watched my daughter-in-law unlock the door and leave a sealed envelope. Later, it was gone. That was when I realized Tuesday wasn't routine at all. It was a pattern I needed to document, a boundary I had to protect, and the moment I chose clarity over confusion. That morning, the elevator doors closed with a soft sigh, and the building felt like it was holding its breath. I thought I understood the rhythm of this place until my neighbor's question followed me all day. "Do you know who enters your apartment every Tuesday?" It wasn't idle gossip. It was a thin thread tugging at the edge of habit, a key turning cleanly, a door opening without pause, a faint trail of perfume, and a sealed envelope that vanished before evening. At 1:13 p.m., I saw what I wasn't ready to name. The key, used without hesitation, the small canvas tote, a brief look toward the mirror, and the slightest private smile. Everything was ordinary enough that, if you didn't freeze the frame, you might say I imagined it. But ordinary, repeated often enough, becomes a signal. And signals don't lie. From that moment on, Tuesday stopped being a busy square on the calendar. It became a sequence I had to document. Timestamps, angles, how objects were placed, even the weight of the scent in the room. I labeled each file, record 1, record 2. I changed camera positions, captured minutes, saved stills. I didn't keep an emotional diary. I kept a ledger of facts. You might ask, why not confront it immediately? Because some stories, if rushed, become noise, and noise drowns out structure. The structure here was quiet repetition. Once a week, on the dot, unhurried, unmessy. Quiet repetition makes people doubt themselves. That's when you need a different anchor, evidence. The full piece isn't written for shock value, and it isn't about condemning a person on social media. It's about boundaries, the kind we nudge backward for the sake of schedules, trust, or the hope of keeping the peace. It's about the small traces which, when placed side by side, form a picture you can no longer dismiss. It's also about a basic right within your own home, the right to know, to change the lock, to say, this is as far as it goes. In the article, you'll travel from a question in an elevator to a still frame at 1:13 p.m., from a sealed envelope to an open decision, and from the feeling of invisible intrusion to clarity you can hold in your hand. Documents, timestamps, screenshots. I won't promise wild plot twists. I'll promise a slowly told truth, verified, paced with care, and respectful enough not to tell you what to think. Read the full story for a measured journey, from suspicion to certainty, from silence to agency, so you'll remember that sometimes the bravest act is simply to call things by their right names within your own home.